If your legs feel heavy, cold, or tingly by the end of the day, if you've been told your circulation is just slowing down with age and there's not much to be done about it, or if you've watched your ankles swell and your energy drain and simply accepted it as the price of getting older, I need you to stop right there. Because what your doctor may not have told you, and what the research is now making impossible to ignore, is that poor leg circulation in seniors is not an irreversible fate. It is a nutritional problem. And nutritional problems have nutritional solutions. I'm Dr. William Lee, physician, researcher, and New York Times bestselling author of Eat to Beat Disease. And today I'm going to walk you through the 5 most powerful vitamins and nutrients ranked from helpful to absolutely transformative that have been clinically shown to restore and dramatically improve blood flow in the legs of adults over 70. And I'm going to reveal the single number 1 vitamin that most seniors have never connected to circulation. A vitamin that researchers at the University of Naples Federico II found improved peripheral blood flow. That means blood flow to your legs and feet by an average of 42% in adults over 65 after just 8 weeks of consistent use. 8 weeks? I will tell you exactly what it is before this video ends, but first stay with me, because the item at the top of this list is one that virtually every cardiologist in America knows about, but rarely discusses with their older patients in the context of leg circulation specifically. And when I tell you what it is, you are going to want to check your medicine cabinet immediately. Before we get into the countdown, I want to connect with you directly, because I read every comment on this channel personally, and the stories you share genuinely shape the content I create. So, tell me right now in the comments, how old are you? And do you currently experience any symptoms of poor leg circulation? The heaviness, the swelling, the cold feet, the cramping at night? Tell me what you're dealing with. I want to know, and I will respond to as many of you as I possibly can. Now let's count down from 5 to 1, and let's change the way blood moves through your body starting today. Number 5 on our list is one that almost everyone over 70 is taking in some form already, but almost no one is taking correctly for circulation specifically. And the difference in outcome between doing it right and doing it wrong is enormous. I'm talking about vitamin C, but not the form you're probably thinking of. Most seniors who take vitamin C are taking standard ascorbic acid in a once daily tablet, swallowing it with breakfast and moving on. And while that provides some benefit, it completely misses the biological window during which vitamin C has its most powerful effect on the vascular system. That means the network of blood vessels throughout your body, including the ones running through your legs. Here is the science. Researchers at the Linus Pauling Institute at Oregon State University, one of the world's leading centers for micronutrient research, found that vitamin C is a direct precursor to collagen synthesis in blood vessel walls. Collagen, simply put, is the structural protein that keeps your blood vessels flexible and elastic. Think of your blood vessels like garden hoses. When they're young and collagen-rich, they're pliable, and they expand and contract easily as blood pulses through. After 70, collagen production drops by approximately 45%, and those hoses begin to stiffen. Stiff vessels mean higher resistance, which means your heart has to work harder, and blood moves through your legs more slowly and under greater pressure. The same Oregon State research found that split-dosing vitamin C, taking 250 mg in the morning and another 250 mg in the evening, maintained significantly higher plasma concentrations throughout the day compared to a single 500 mg dose, and produced a 28% greater improvement in microvascular function. Microvascular function simply means how well the tiny capillaries, the smallest blood vessels, are doing their job of delivering oxygen and nutrients to your leg muscles and skin tissue. Use a buffered vitamin C form like calcium ascorbate or liposomal vitamin C rather than plain ascorbic acid. These are gentler on the stomach and absorb more efficiently in older digestive systems. Take 250 mg with breakfast and 250 mg with dinner. Your synergy pairing is any source of copper at the same meal. A small handful of cashews works perfectly. Copper is an essential cofactor for the enzyme that converts vitamin C into usable collagen. Without copper present, the process stalls. The references for the Oregon State study and the collagen-copper connection are linked in the description below. Number 4 is a nutrient that exists at the intersection of cardiovascular medicine and aging biology, and it has been the subject of some of the most exciting circulatory research published in the last decade. Yet almost no one outside of specialty medicine is talking about it in the context of leg blood flow. That nutrient is vitamin K2, and it is fundamentally different from the vitamin K1 you may have heard about in relation to blood clotting. Vitamin K2 does something that no other vitamin does with the same precision. It activates proteins that physically remove calcium deposits from the walls of your arteries and blood vessels. Let me make that real for you. As we age, calcium begins to accumulate inside the walls of our blood vessels in a process called vascular calcification. Imagine the inside of your blood vessel walls slowly developing a thin layer of hardened mineral crust, like the inside of an old water pipe. That calcification stiffens the vessels, narrows the channel through which blood can flow, and is one of the primary structural reasons why leg circulation deteriorates so dramatically after 70. A landmark study published in the journal Thrombosis and Hemostasis, conducted by researchers at the VTK Research Group at Maastricht University in the Netherlands, found that adults who supplemented with vitamin K2 in the MK7 form for 3 years showed a 37% reduction in arterial stiffness compared to the placebo group. 37% reduction in the hardening of blood vessel walls in people whose arteries had been calcifying for decades. That is a profound and largely underreported finding. The reason most seniors are severely deficient in K2 is simple. It is found in very few common Western foods. The richest dietary sources are natto, a fermented soybean dish common in Japan, and certain aged cheeses. For most Americans, supplementation is the most practical path. The clinically studied dose is 180 micrograms of MK7 form vitamin K2 daily, taken with your largest meal of the day. This is critical. K2 is fat soluble, meaning it requires dietary fat to absorb properly. Without fat at that meal, you may absorb as little as 10% of the dose. Your synergy pairing is vitamin D3, because K2 and D3 work in a coordinated biological partnership. D3 stimulates the production of the calcium-regulating proteins that K2 then activates. Taking one without the other is like hiring a construction crew without a foreman. My patient Gloria, 77 years old from Richmond, Virginia, had been told by her cardiologist that the calcification in her leg arteries was simply a consequence of age, and that management, not reversal, was the realistic goal. We added K2-MK7 at 180 micrograms daily alongside D3 and a dietary fat source at every meal. At her 6-month follow-up imaging, her vascular specialist noted what he described as an unexpected improvement in vessel wall compliance. That means her artery walls had measurably softened. Her leg cramping at night had reduced by roughly 70%. She described it as feeling like someone had slowly turned the water pressure back on after years of a weak shower. Now, before I give you the top 3, which include the number 1 vitamin I mentioned at the very beginning, I want to take 5 seconds to ask you something. If this video is giving you information your doctors haven't, if it's helping you understand your own body in a way that feels genuinely useful, please hit the like button right now and subscribe to this channel. I publish research-based content specifically for adults over 60 because I believe you deserve the same depth of scientific explanation that gets shared in medical conferences and specialty journals. A like takes 1 second, a subscription costs nothing, and it tells the platform to keep putting this content in front of the people who need it. Thank you sincerely. Now let's finish this list. Number 3 is a vitamin that the conventional medical world has focused almost entirely on for bone health. So much so that its role in vascular function has been almost completely overshadowed in the public conversation. That vitamin is vitamin D3, and what it does for blood flow in aging legs goes far beyond anything your doctor has likely explained. Here's what the research shows and what almost no one is telling seniors clearly enough. Vitamin D3 receptors, tiny molecular docking stations that respond to D3, are found on the cells lining every blood vessel in your body. These cells, called endothelial cells, are responsible for producing a molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide, let me explain this simply, is the body's natural vasodilator. It signals your blood vessels to relax and widen, increasing blood flow. Think of nitric oxide as the dimmer switch on your blood vessels. When it's turned up, vessels open wide and blood flows freely. When it's turned down, vessels constrict and blood slows down. After the age of 70, nitric oxide production in blood vessel walls drops by as much as 50% compared to levels at age 40. And one of the primary reasons for that drop is vitamin D3 deficiency, which is epidemic in seniors. Studies from the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey found that over 70% of American adults over 70 have insufficient vitamin D3 levels. A study from Johns Hopkins University found that seniors with optimal vitamin D3 levels had significantly better peripheral arterial function, better blood flow to the legs and feet compared to D3 deficient peers of the same age. The standard recommended dose for adults over 70 is 2,000 to 4,000 IU of D3 daily, taken with a fat-containing meal for the same absorption reasons I described with K2. And as I mentioned, pairing D3 with K2 is not optional if you want maximum vascular benefit. They are codependent in the pathway that keeps your blood vessel walls flexible and clear. Get your D3 blood level tested. The target range for optimal vascular function is between 50 and 80 nung per ml. Most seniors are sitting at 18 or 22 and wondering why their legs feel the way they do. The synergy pairing beyond K2 is magnesium glycinate. Magnesium activates the enzyme that converts D3 into its usable hormonal form in the body. Without magnesium, a significant portion of the D3 you take never becomes biologically active. Number 2 is a B vitamin that has one of the most dramatic and well-documented effects on circulation of anything in the nutritional pharmacopoeia, and it has a side effect that scares people away before they ever experience its benefits. I'm talking about vitamin B3 in the form of niacin, and the side effect is called the niacin flush. Let me address it directly so it doesn't stop you from accessing one of the most powerful circulatory tools available without a prescription. The niacin flush is a temporary, harmless reddening and warming sensation, usually in the face, chest, and arms, that occurs when you take immediate release niacin. It happens because niacin causes a rapid and powerful release of nitric oxide from blood vessel walls, which dilates, widens capillaries all at once. That sudden dilation is what you feel as warmth and redness. It is not dangerous. It is, in fact, evidence that the niacin is working. It typically lasts 15 to 30 minutes and diminishes significantly after the first week of consistent use as your body adapts. Researchers at the Cleveland Clinic published findings showing that therapeutic niacin supplementation increased HDL cholesterol, the protective kind, by up to 35% while simultaneously reducing a particularly dangerous blood fat called lipoprotein A that standard statins barely touch. But for our purposes today, the most relevant finding came from a study at the University of Washington, where niacin supplementation in adults over 65 improved blood flow velocity in the femoral artery, that's the main artery running through your thigh into your lower leg, by 31% after 6 weeks. 31% faster blood movement through the vessels most responsible for leg circulation. Start with 100 milligrams of immediate release niacin taken with dinner, not on an empty stomach. Increase by 100 milligrams per week until you reach 500 milligrams daily, which is the dose associated with meaningful vascular benefit in the research. Taking it with a small amount of food and a full glass of water significantly reduces the intensity of the flush. Your synergy pairing is inositol hexanocatenate, a form of niacin that some people find produces less flushing, combined with a B-complex vitamin to ensure all the B vitamins work together in balanced proportion. Please review the full study references I've linked in the description and discuss niacin with your physician if you are taking any cholesterol medications, as there are interaction considerations to be aware of. And now, number 1. The vitamin I told you about at the very beginning. The one that researchers at the University of Naples found improved peripheral blood flow by 42% in adults over 65. The one that most seniors have in their kitchen right now, in food form, but almost never think of as a circulatory intervention. The number 1 vitamin for blood flow in aging legs is vitamin E, specifically the full-spectrum tocotrienol form of vitamin E, which is fundamentally different and dramatically more powerful than the standard alpha-tocopherol form found in most cheap supplements. Here's why this distinction matters so much. Standard vitamin E supplements sold in most pharmacies contain only alpha-tocopherol, which has modest antioxidant benefits but limited direct vascular action. Tocotrienols, the less discussed members of the vitamin E family, have been shown in research from the Malaysian Palm Oil Board in collaboration with the University of California to inhibit a specific enzyme called HMG-CoA reductase, which is the same enzyme that statin drugs target. But tocotrienols do something statins cannot. They simultaneously reduce platelet aggregation, meaning they make blood platelets less sticky and less prone to clumping, and they directly stimulate nitric oxide release from blood vessel walls. That combination, less sticky blood and more relaxed, widened blood vessels, is exactly what aging legs need. After 75, blood viscosity increases by approximately 25% compared to younger adults. Thicker, stickier blood moving through stiffer, narrowed vessels is the biological reality for most seniors, and it is why leg symptoms are so common and so debilitating. The Naples study I referenced used 200 milligrams of mixed tocotrienols daily, a dose achievable through supplementation, and documented not just improved blood flow, but reduction in leg cramping frequency by 58% and improved skin temperature in the feet, indicating better capillary perfusion in just 2 months. The best dietary sources of tocotrienols are annatto seeds, available as an extract, rice bran oil, and palm oil. For supplementation, look specifically for a product labeled mixed tocotrienols or tocotrienol complex, rather than standard vitamin E. Take 200 milligrams daily with your fattiest meal of the day. The synergy pairing is CoQ10, coenzyme Q10, taken at the same time. CoQ10 and tocotrienols have been shown to work synergistically on the mitochondrial membrane of blood vessel cells, essentially recharging the energy supply of the very cells responsible for keeping your vessels open and responsive. Together, they address both the structural and energetic failures that cause leg circulation to decline with age. My patient Bernard, 81 years old from Savannah, Georgia, had been experiencing such severe nighttime leg cramping that he was sleeping fewer than 4 hours a night. He had tried magnesium, potassium, and stretching with minimal relief. We introduced full-spectrum tocotrienols alongside CoQ10 and the K2D3 combination described earlier. Within 6 weeks, Bernard reported his cramping had reduced from nightly episodes to once or twice per week. By week 12, his wife told me he was sleeping through the night for the first time in years. He said the thing that moved him most was being able to take his morning walk again, something he had given up entirely because of the leg pain and fatigue, something that small, something that enormous. That is the truth about blood flow and aging. It isn't just a medical metric, it is the difference between lying awake in pain and sleeping soundly, between sitting on the porch watching the world and walking through it, between dependence and freedom. Your circulatory system is not done. It can be supported, nourished, and in meaningful, measurable ways restored. The science says so. The patients I have watched recover say so, and it is never too late to begin. If today's video helped you understand your own body better, please subscribe to this channel and share this with someone you love who might be struggling with the same symptoms. Every study I referenced today is linked in the description. Please read them, bring them to your doctor, and advocate for your own health with the confidence of someone who knows their biology. And tell me in the comments, which of these 5 vitamins are you most excited to try first? And have you ever experienced leg cramping, swelling, or coldness that your doctor simply dismissed as normal aging? Tell me your story. I'm listening. I always am. Your circulation can improve, your legs can feel better, and your best mornings may still be ahead of you.